Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. If you're a baseball fan, you need to stop what you're doing right now because we've got some absolutely jaw-dropping breaking news coming out of Major League Baseball that's sending shockwaves through the Los Angeles Dodgers fan base. The Dodgers, who are sitting pretty with the best record in the league at 27-14, have just been hit with devastating news about one of their starting pitchers, and it's coming at the worst possible time as they gear up for a 3-game series against the Oakland Athletics at Dodger Stadium. This is a massive story, folks, and we're going to dive deep into every angle, unpacking what this means for the team, the rotation, and their World Series hopes in 2025. So, smash that subscribe button, hit the like button, and let's jump right into this blockbuster development. Let's set the scene first. The Los Angeles Dodgers have been the class of the National League this season, battling their way to a 27-14 record despite a laundry list of injuries that would have sunk most teams. They're atop the NL West, fending off challengers like the San Diego Padres and Arizona Diamondbacks, and they're coming off a hard-fought four-game series against the D-backs that ended in a tie. Now, they're heading home to face the Oakland Athletics in a 3-game set starting Tuesday, May 13, 2025. The Dodgers are the defending World Series champions, and with stars like Shohei Ohtani, Mookie Betts, and Freddie Freeman leading the way, they've got their sights set on another deep playoff run. But just when it seemed like they were hitting their stride, they've been blindsided by a gut punch of a development. Their ace pitcher, Clayton Kershaw, has been placed on the 15-day injured list with a left shoulder strain. This is a massive blow, and we're going to break it all down. The timing of Kershaw's injury is particularly brutal because the MLB trade deadline is just weeks away, on July 31, 2025. The Dodgers have already been active, acquiring outfielder Stuart Berroa from the Toronto Blue Jays to cover for Hernandez's injury, but losing Kershaw might force President of Baseball Operations Andrew Friedman to make a bigger splash. The starting pitching market is thin this year, but names like Garrett Crochet of the White Sox, Jays S. Luzardo of the Marlins, and Eric Fed of the Cardinals have been floated in trade rumors. Crochet, a 25-year-old lefty with ace potential, would be a blockbuster addition, but he'd cost a haul of top prospects. Luzardo, a former Dodger farmhand, could be a more realistic target, while Fed offers veteran reliability. Any of these moves would signal that the Dodgers are all in for 2025, but Friedman will need to weigh the cost against the uncertainty of Kershaw's recovery. Let's not overlook the Athletics series, because it's a critical moment for the Dodgers to regroup. The A's are no pushovers in 2025, sitting at 22-19 and playing scrappy baseball under manager Mark Kotsay. Led by slugger Brent Rooker and a surprisingly solid pitching staff, Oakland has been a tough out, especially on the road. The Dodgers were hoping to lean on Kershaw to set the tone in the opener, but now they'll need Coach to step up and their offense to carry the load. Ohtani has been otherworldly this season, hitting .320 with 12 homers, while Betts and Freeman are steady as ever. But the Dodgers' depth will be tested, with role players like Andy Pages, Miguel Rojas, and Chris Taylor needing to contribute. This series could be a defining moment in the season, showing whether LA can weather this storm or if Kershaw's absence will expose their vulnerabilities. Let's zoom out and talk about what this means for the Dodgers' bigger picture. At 27-14, they're still the team to beat in the National League, but injuries are starting to pile up. Hernandez is expected back from his groin strain soon, but Edman, Muncy, and now Kershaw are all on the Illinois. The Dodgers' depth has been their superpower, with a farm system that produces talent and a front office that makes savvy moves, but there's only so much they can endure. Kershaw's injury is a reminder that even the best teams are one pitch away from disaster. If his shoulder strain lingers or worsens, it could force the Dodgers to rethink their postseason strategy. Kershaw has a history of bouncing back from injuries, but at 37, recovery isn't guaranteed, and the clock is ticking. For Kershaw, this is a deeply personal setback. He's been open about his desire to keep pitching as long as he can, and his performance this season was proof that he's still got it. The shoulder surgery he underwent in 2024 was supposed to put his injury woes behind him, but this new strain raises questions about his long-term durability. Kershaw is under contract through 2026, with a player option for 2027, so he's not going anywhere, but he'll need to focus on rehab to get back on the mound. The Dodgers training staff, led by Dr. Neil Elatrake, is among the best in the business, and they'll work tirelessly to get Kershaw right. For now, he's been shut down from throwing and will undergo daily treatment, with a re-evaluation scheduled in 10 days. Let's talk about the emotional impact, because this isn't just about stats and strategy. Clayton Kershaw is the face of the Dodgers, a homegrown star who's been with the organization since he was drafted in 2006. Fans at Dodger Stadium chant his name, and his number 22 jersey is a staple in the stands. Losing him, even temporarily, is like losing a piece of the team's identity. Kershaw's teammates feel it too. Ohtani called him the heart of this team in a recent interview, and Betts praised his leadership in the clubhouse. The Dodgers will rally around Kershaw's absence, but it's a reminder of how much he means to this organization. Fans are already flooding social media with messages of support, and you can bet Dodger Stadium will be electric when he makes his return. What does this mean for the Athletics series? It's a chance for the Dodgers to show their resilience. The A's are a gritty team, but they're not on the Dodgers' level when it comes to talent. If Coach can deliver a quality start and the offense keeps rolling, LA should be able to take care of business. But if the rotation falters or the bats go cold, this series could expose some cracks. The Dodgers swept the A's in their last meeting in 2024, but that was with a healthy Kershaw. Now, they'll need to lean on their depth and find a way to grind out wins. Roberts is a master at managing adversity, and he'll have his team ready, but this is a test unlike any they've faced this season. Let's look ahead to the trade deadline, because Kershaw's injury could reshape the Dodgers' strategy. Friedman is known for his aggressive moves, and he's got the prospect capital to make something happen. The Dodgers' farm system is loaded with talent like Dalton Rushing, Josu DePaula, and Alex Freeland, and they could package some of those pieces for a frontline starter. But Friedman is also cautious. He won't mortgage the future for a rental unless he's convinced it's the missing piece. If Kershaw's recovery timeline becomes clearer in the next 2 weeks, the Dodgers might opt for a smaller move, like adding a swingman or a depth arm. Either way, this injury puts pressure on the front office to act, and fans will be watching closely. For the players stepping up in Kershaw's absence, this is a golden opportunity. Coach, in particular, has a chance to prove he can be more than a reliever. His raw talent is undeniable, but he'll need to show he can handle the mental and physical demands of starting. Knack, too, could cement his place in the rotation with a strong performance. On the offensive side, young players like Pages and Outman need to seize their at-bats, especially with Hernandez still working his way back. The Dodgers' culture is built on next man up, and this is a chance for the supporting cast to shine. If they can hold the fort until Kershaw returns, this team could come out stronger on the other side. Let's not forget the bigger context of the 2025 season. The National League is a gauntlet, with the Phillies, Braves, and Padres all looking like playoff contenders. The Dodgers have the best record, but they can't afford to slip. Kershaw's injury is a reminder that nothing is guaranteed, even for a team this talented. The AL is just as tough, with the Yankees, Orioles, and Guardians battling for supremacy. If the Dodgers want to repeat as champions, they'll need to navigate challenges like this one. Kershaw's absence is a hurdle, but it's not insurmountable, and the way they respond will tell us a lot about their championship DNA. As we wrap up, let's take a moment to appreciate how wild this season has been. We're only in mid-May, and the Dodgers are already dealing with a crisis that could shape their entire year. Kershaw's injury is a gut punch, but it's also a chance for this team to show what they're made of. The Athletics series is the first test, and the trade deadline will be the next. For now, Dodger fans are holding their breath, hoping their ace can make a speedy recovery. This is why we love baseball. Every day brings a new twist, and every game matters.